Cheating on carnivore sucks. Good morning. So, where to begin? I'm a little, this video is kind of hard for me. It's hard to talk about struggles that you have or problems you're dealing with. Let's just start out with why you clicked this video. I've been cheating on carnivore diet, and it sucks. As you probably know from my carnivore videos, my husband and I had a month of carnivore, 30 whole days, and it was wonderful. It was hard, it was a struggle, but halfway through it became wonderful. And that was our goal, to do 30 days. And then we were going to slowly add some things back into our diet to see how they went over. And we did do that, but not very much. Like, we still stuck to our carnivore basics: cheese, our beef, eggs, and then occasionally we added in potatoes. And also twice we had pasta. And a couple times I had a chocolate bar because it was our anniversary. Yay! 4 years married. Very exciting. We did have pizza once or twice. Didn't feel very good after eating pizza. Also had ice cream. Yeah, had a lot of sugars come in. But on top of all of that, we started drinking again. We like beer. During that first week when we started drinking again, our bodies did not like it. It was Tootville, Toot City, let me tell you. And it's like, our bodies were just like, why are you doing this? But then we got used to it, and honestly then I started getting stressed out. Out of nowhere, it seemed I had this huge amount of stress and anxiety building up in my life. Part of that is because we're just at a natural stress point because our lease here is almost up and we're trying to decide what we're doing here. So that adds a natural stress. But then I kept wondering, like, is the alcohol causing me more anxiety than I would normally have? Is it amplifying that? And I think so. I was always raised with alcohol is bad. Just because it's alcohol, it's just bad for you. So don't touch it, stay away from it. I never even thought about how it can cause more anxiety. And I think that's what's going on right now for me. And it's bad. Like, I've been having, I guess, panic attacks daily. And it's not like a huge freak out, but it's more like the constant, my heart's just going and I'm paralyzed just thinking about life. And so then I will grab a beer and drink because it provides instant relief. I know it does. And then the cycle continues. It's really hard. Yeah, it is hard to talk about it. Just because I'm embarrassed, I guess. I'm embarrassed to talk about that to people in my life. Basically, I don't want to share that with my family and burden them with it. Not like I'm an alcoholic, but that I'm using it to deal with stress, which is textbook, don't do that. It's embarrassing. So I think it's helping me to just do this video and kind of share that with you. Because you're not invested in me, you don't really care, and that's a good thing, you know? I can just kind of let it out. And also because it's a way to hold me accountable. So I'm doing this to process and hold myself accountable, because if I put this video up and then I'm like, well, people have seen it, they're gonna know you're a failure if you cheat on carnivore again. That'll help me have some other form of consequence. Here's a thought of how this health stuff can kind of creep up. Okay, here's an example. So we have two neighbors, and it's a house split into 3 units. And our upstairs neighbor is super loud, and we can always hear her stomping around, of course, and her door is right where we sleep, and she's a night owl, and we don't sleep well because she's always going back and forth like late hours, and it's just, so we just have gotten used to not sleeping well. And then all of a sudden she was like on spring break or something, and we didn't quite realize, you know, when you start sleeping better, you sleep better, so you don't really notice it. That's the thing, like once you start getting that good sleep, it kind of sneaks up on you and you don't realize it. And you're just like, you know, I feel pretty good today. I wonder why. And then when she comes home from spring break, smash, bang, stomp, stomp. And then you're like, oh, that's what it was. We were sleeping better because our neighbor wasn't here. You don't notice how the good sneaks up on you until it's taken away again. And that's when you notice. So in the same regard, when we started Carnivore, we didn't really notice, like, it was like, oh, we were sleeping better on Carnivore. Basically, like, we weren't overheating at all, and that really is an issue for us for when we're trying to sleep. Especially my husband overheats quite a bit. And we were just, you know, our bodies were really liking what we were putting in it, and our sleep was pretty amazing. But you don't really think about that in the moment. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling steady. When we began cheating on Carnivore and having some other food and drinking, all that good sleep just went away. And we're like, oh, you know what? We didn't realize how good it was on Carnivore until we stopped adhering to it. It's that same principle. Like, you don't realize how good it is until you take it away. That's all kind of added and jumbled in together. We're not sleeping well, like I'm getting no sleep, but hopefully that makes sense. Like, maybe you can relate to that, where you don't realize things are going better for you until the thing that was making it good stops. And then it's like, oh, the aha moment. We'll be like, oh, let's stop drinking. It's just terrible. Drinking is so terrible. Let's stop. And then we stop for like a day, and then we feel better. And then it's like, oh, all these stresses. And we know a drink will just instantly provide relief. So it's just so easy to do that. And then we go back into it. February on Carnivore was such a great month. I was so productive. My mind was clear. I wasn't having all this anxiety and panic attacks and bad thoughts when I'm laying in bed. That's a thing I noticed for sure, because I would get all these terrible thoughts and all my past regrets would come crashing in right when I'm trying to sleep. March has been a terrible month. Like, we have been drinking all month and it's been terrible. So I'm going to say here, because I think this is going to help, in April, we are doing Carnivore again. This will help hold me accountable, and it's easier to just be like, no, you can't at all. You just can't. Here are the rules, and you have to obey them. You can't have certain freedom because you can't be trusted with it. Have you ever thought about that? Like, we want freedom so much, and freedom is good to a point, but then if you get even more freedom, it can be a disaster. Humans need boundaries. We need boundary lines. And just giving myself the freedom to be like, oh, you can drink, you can have chocolate, you can have ice cream. Those are dangerous freedoms for me. I need to bring it back down. I need to have boundaries. It's like that verse somewhere in the Bible, Isaiah maybe, the boundary lines. My boundary lines have fallen in pleasant places, something like that. And boundaries are good, even when we especially are like, no, we need all the freedom. Just briefly here, I can relay the stresses that I'm dealing with, and they'll probably sound like nothing, you know? Like, my life isn't bad at all. It's more just the mental game. Yeah, our lease is ending and we hate it here, but we keep getting trapped into re-signing our lease. So we've been here for 2 years, and this time I was like, we will not re-sign, we will not, and now it's looking like we're gonna be trapped again. We've come from van life and that kind of wild life, and it's been disastrous to my soul to be here. So it's not like, you know, I'm not a normal person. I'm used to traveling. Like, I've been traveling around for years, and this is the longest I've been in one place in a long time, and it does not work for me. So it's not like if this was just some normal person living here, they would have no problem. But it does not work for me or my husband, but we keep getting trapped. So my anxiety is coming from just thinking about how this life is designed to keep us trapped, and I feel like it's too late. I'm too old to figure out a way to break free. I don't have skills to earn a huge income, but we've actually been talking about like how so important it is to break free from the lies that are trapping us in our mind. And the first step is recognizing that we are believing lies, even if we don't know what those lies are, and also recognizing that there are truths that we don't know yet. So that's the first step, like recognizing there's a gap there. There's something we don't know. But now we gotta try to pursue that a bit more. You know what I mean? This has always been my thing, where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna be stuck in the rat race, that sort of thing. You know, you just work. Everyone describes it as the 9 to 5, but you know, my more recent experience is warehouse. Yeah. So 9 to 5 sounds easy peasy to me. My most recent job was 6 to 4:30. But yeah, basically just work a soul-sucking job your whole life. Drink or choose your coping mechanism of preference to get by every day or whatever. You're just hoping for retirement. And then once you retire, you're too old to do anything. And most people who retire die very shortly after because they're not doing anything. I don't want that kind of life. Okay, it's all that kind of thing that's been rolling around. And it still feels like it's too late for me, but I know that's a lie. That's a lie that the system wants me to believe, you know? I'm 30. My husband's 39. As much as we are tempted to, it's impossible to not hold on to hope. Like, even though it's like, I want to slap myself and be like, stop hoping. You're just gonna make things harder on yourself. But I cannot get rid of this slight ember of hope. It's the smallest ember of hope in my heart. And no matter how much this life tries to just trample it and smother it, it's like it always comes back. And I don't know why. I don't want it to. It'd be easier if I just gave up. As in, just be a part, embrace the system, embrace the career kind of life. It'd be so much easier if I was okay with that and actually enjoyed it, but it's not aligning with my values. Anyways, this is kind of rabbit trailed, but this whole carnivore topic kind of just runs right into that, because if we're on carnivore, then we can't drink. But if we can't drink, then we're really attuned to the mental stuff going on. And it's so much easier to just drown that out, because then otherwise, when we have the mental clarity, it's so obvious how much pain we're in being here, and it makes it miserable. And it's like, seems like there's nothing we can do about it. But there is, but we just have to break free. I want to break free. I'm sure there's some of you who understand what I'm saying, or have felt the same way. I'm sure there's a lot of you who are like many of my old coworkers who cannot understand, and they're just like, but the job is so easy. It's just so easy. Why do you have a problem? You know, those kind of people who care nothing about anything except how easy a job is, and how you don't even have to think. You don't even have to use your mind. So why wouldn't I want to do this? I can just put on my rap music all day long. I just don't want to be that kind of person. Okay, I think I'm going to be done here. I don't know if this video made much coherent sense in my topics. Anyways, we're gonna just do carnivore in the month of April and have rules, have boundary lines, not drink. It's gonna be hard, and I'm probably gonna be very unhappy, but I also want a better me more than I want a temporarily happy me. That's the thing with alcohol. It's all just temporary. The benefits of it are extremely temporary, and the negatives are extremely not temporary. I guess that's it. Happy Easter this weekend, if any of you celebrate that. We're gonna have rain here, it seems. That's exciting, though. I haven't made plans for the garden here in spring because I thought we were not gonna be here. So now I've kind of screwed myself over because I put all the leaves in the garden. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching, and I hope maybe it resonated with some of you. Otherwise, if you ever feel like throwing some encouragement my way during this month of April, I would appreciate it. All right, bye.